Have you ever noticed that sometimes all it takes is a little silence, and suddenly she starts missing you? No messages, no likes, no stories, and boom, she shows up again. A text, a random reaction, a "hey, how are you?" that comes out of nowhere. That's not luck. That's not a coincidence. It's psychology. It's exactly why she keeps thinking about you, even without contact. And today, I'm going to explain a powerful mental trigger called the Zeigarnik Effect, and how it makes a woman keep thinking about you, even if you haven't spoken in days or weeks. By the end of this video, you'll understand why leaving things unfinished can create deep emotional impact, and how you can use this in a natural, confident way, without games or manipulation, to stay on her mind without chasing her. Before we dive deep, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss videos like this. What is the Zeigarnik Effect? The Zeigarnik Effect was discovered by a Russian psychologist named Bluma Zeigarnik. She realized that our brains are more likely to remember incomplete tasks than completed ones. When something is left open or unresolved, our mind keeps circling back to it, trying to finish the loop. You've experienced this. When a movie ends on a cliffhanger, you can't stop thinking about it. Or when someone starts to say something important, then stops. Your mind goes crazy trying to fill in the blank. Now imagine how powerful this is in romantic relationships. If you leave things emotionally unfinished with a woman, you automatically stay in her head. Conversations left hanging, emotions left unspoken, an energy that didn't get closure. That's why she keeps thinking about you without even realizing it. This is a classic example of female psychology at work, and one of the secrets behind emotional triggers that drive deep attraction. How it works in male-female dynamics. Most men make the mistake of over-delivering too early. Constant texts, full availability, emotional overexposure. You become predictable. You give her brain nothing to wonder about. And once her curiosity is gone, her emotional investment drops. But when you reverse this, the game changes. When you create intentional silence, something powerful happens. You activate the same psychological principles that explain why she keeps thinking about you even when you're not around. When you stop responding mid-conversation, leave an emotional question hanging or leave her without an answer, her brain starts asking, why did he stop texting? Did I do something wrong? Was he playing me? What was he going to say next? These mental loops create emotional tension, fueling the no-contact rule effect. How to use it without playing games. Let me be clear, this is not about manipulation. It's about understanding how the mind works and not ruining your value by being overly available. Here are 4 ways to apply the Zeigarnik Effect naturally. End conversations at the peak. Don't drag the chat until it dies. End when it's going well, when she's engaged, laughing, or curious. Leave her thinking, wait, where was he going with that? Try ending your next conversation 1 message earlier than you normally would. Watch what happens. Ask emotionally loaded questions and pause. Example, do you ever feel like, actually I'll tell you another time? That one sentence can live in her head rent-free, be less predictable. One day you're present and engaging, the next you're silent, not cold, just mysteriously busy. This keeps the loop alive without being needy or rude. Leave breadcrumbs, not full explanations. Say things like, there's a lot about me you haven't seen yet. Let her imagination do the heavy lifting. These actions explain how to make her think about you without ever appearing desperate. Use scarcity and mystery with purpose. Scarcity makes things valuable. Predictability makes things boring. If you're always available, always explaining yourself, always texting back in seconds, you become mentally invisible. But when you're a man who brings intensity and then pulls back with intention, doesn't explain his every move, leaves space for her to wonder, you become emotionally rare. You become a mental puzzle she wants to solve. And this is exactly why she keeps thinking about you when you least expect it. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you understand how silence becomes memory. 5. Why being silent can speak louder than words. There's a phrase I want you to remember. You don't need to say more, you need to say less, but mean it. The average guy floods her inbox with long texts, over-explains himself, and never leaves space. But the man who speaks with presence and knows when to pause, that man stays in her head. Silence becomes the echo of what you said before. And in that silence, she starts filling in the blanks with you. And if you think that's powerful, wait until you discover how unfinished energy can create emotional addiction. How unfinished energy creates emotional addiction. Let's go even deeper. What happens when a woman feels like the connection with you never truly ended? Her mind goes into what I call emotional recall. This means she starts mentally replaying moments, rewriting scenarios, and projecting what could have happened if things had continued. The Zeigarnik Effect fuels this. And when used right, it creates something powerful. Emotional addiction. She's not addicted to you. Not yet. She's addicted to the feeling of unresolved energy. To the stories she never finished writing. To the version of you that she never got to fully explore. That's why she keeps thinking about you, scrolling through old texts, and checking your social media for signs. But what types of unfinished moments are most powerful? Let's break them down next. The 3 types of unfinished connections that keep you in her mind. Not all unfinished business is the same. There are levels to it. Let me show you the 3 most powerful types of unfinished emotional connections that trigger the Zeigarnik Effect in women. Emotional cliffhangers. You opened up emotionally. Just enough to spark her curiosity. Maybe you shared a personal story, a dream, a vulnerable thought, and then changed the subject or left it open. That type of moment leaves a mental imprint that she can't ignore. Interrupted intimacy. You were building something physical or emotionally intimate, and then pulled back, not as punishment, but because you knew when to stop. It sends a powerful message. You're not trying to take, you're holding power. Unresolved conversations. This is subtle. It's when you don't reply to a light emotional nudge or leave a topic slightly open, especially if it involved tension, attraction, or disagreement. It sparks mental simulation, and the brain keeps playing it over and over. The more she plays it in her mind, the deeper the loop gets. And that's why she keeps thinking about you, even when she tries to move on. And when she finally reaches out, that's when your real power appears. How to close the loop on your terms and stay in control. Now, here's the twist. At some point, she will try to close the loop. She'll text, she'll flirt, she'll bring up the past, she'll try to get answers, and that's your moment of power. And you have 2 choices. Option 1. Reopen the connection. On your terms. If you still see value in her, you can re-engage. But from a place of confidence. You already know the emotional hooks are there, just don't rush in. Let her feel like she's chasing the clarity now. Option 2. Stay unavailable and become legend. If you've outgrown her or the dynamic, you can choose silence permanently. That loop will stay open, in her mind, for years. Not to hurt her, but because you chose yourself over the need to explain. By the way, if you want to take your game to the next level, check out the link in the description for The Obsession Method, a complete guide to making women obsessed with you. It's packed with proven strategies to help you leave a lasting impression. Either way, you win. Because you understand now, the most attractive men don't chase closure, they create mystery. And once you master the art of unfinished energy, you become unforgettable. And if you found this powerful, you'll love my other video where I reveal 5 signs you're more attractive than you think. Click the link in the description.